looking at MicroStrategy today. Currently sitting at 264 in pre-market. We closed at about 260. We got a little bounce off of this horizontal level of support along with the long-term trend line. Still have this bull flag going for us. I definitely think it's decision time. We either fall underneath this long-term trend line and just continue falling, or we chop a little and we get that breakout. Maybe CPI that's coming out in 5 minutes is currently 825 where I'm at. Maybe with CPI, if it comes back with consensus or better than expected, maybe we get a rally and break out over the next couple weeks. On the Bollinger Bands, we're still good on the weekly. On the daily, on the weekly, we look even better. The SMA is looking great. It's looking good on the weekly. We're bouncing off the 50. See how we look on the monthly. We're still way above the 20 on the monthly. We're bearish on the 4 hour. We're underneath all three. So that'd be a strong level of support or resistance if we could crack above 320 and get above this 4 hour 200 moving average. We also need volume to start kicking up back to the upside. It has been slowly increasing, as you can see here. It's been going up. So we can just start getting some green candles that are also increasing. That'd be very bullish. Once it creates that momentum, it just really gets going. And it's hard to stop MicroStrategy at that point. The MACD on the weekly looks pretty bad for now, but let's see if this starts to curl back up and these candles start to become white and turn back to green. That'd be very bullish. Right now it's still bearish though. On the daily, we started getting some green candles and now we're pushing back to red, but let's see if this can continue pushing up and just make a higher high. Made a higher low right here, possibly, and then we just continue rallying up and crossing this line and pushing. That'd be nice. On the daily, on the RSI, we still have the same scenario where we're building strength on the RSI, but price is still at a horizontal level. So you see two different things going on here. Somewhat of a bullish divergence. So could be a good sign that maybe we're a little delayed for the big move up. We'll see how Bitcoin does. And also on top of that, let's see if we fill this gap here. We don't have to fill the gap, but all gaps don't get filled. That'd be a 8% move. Like I said, not every gap gets filled, but most gaps do get filled at some point. You have a gap here. It got filled a lot later, December 31st. The gap was created November 8th. So it took a whole month to get back to fill that gap. RSI on the weekly is still bearish. Let's see if we bottom out here, because it happened previously where we got around 46 last time before we got that crazy move in September. CPI data might have been good. I got to take a look after this video, but we're currently sitting at 271 now, and it released just a couple seconds ago. So we're at 272. We got a little pump up already. It's nice to see. Currently we're up 272, about 4.5% in pre-market. But things happen very quickly, especially when it comes to economic data. Good right now, and then as the day goes on, bleed out. I see that happen a lot where economic data releases and it goes one way, and then through the finish of the day, it goes the other way. So it starts off down, finishes high, starts off high, finishes low. Nothing's ever guaranteed. There's times where I have seen it start up high and it just continues even higher. But always be ready for volatility around these big economic releases. Core CPI is important because it measures inflation. As long as that remains good, then should give a reason for Bitcoin to continue to rally. The Fed's preferred measure of inflation is core PCE, but core CPI is just as important because it's just they measure it in a different way, but it still measures inflation, both of them. We're going to take a look at MSTR divided by Bitcoin. We're writing down that trend line. We're in a bull flag here, just price is compressing, and let's see if the next move is a breakout. I could definitely see us chopping here for a little bit longer before price has to make a decision. At this point, once you get extremely compressed in here, you either break out to the upside or you break out to the downside aggressively. It's always one of the two. That's what the two scenarios look like more than likely. And the longer price compresses, the larger the move will be. So if it's been compressing for a long time, which it has been, the move should be explosive to the upside or explosive to the downside. And then maybe MSTR, BTC will be all the way down to 18 or we're all the way back up to 56. We definitely want to see this start to break out, maybe retest and go up, because once you see that, then you know MSTR is starting to outperform Bitcoin. As you can see, it's been bleeding out to Bitcoin for the past 3 months. The net asset value for MicroStrategy will start to increase. And once we can start getting into the twos and beyond, MicroStrategy will start making some insane moves off of Bitcoin's rallies. And that's when the leverage and compounding all starts to pay off. But like I said before, leverage is a double-edged sword. It's good when it's going up, but it's very painful on the way down. Let's see if we get a clean move on the weekly, because we have this engulfing red candle. Let's see if we get a clean move back up. This is Bitcoin's chart. This close yesterday was a good indication that we could start making a move up. Maybe not break out, but maybe we just move up higher and we're in this range still, held down by the trend line. But this was a good indication because we're closing within the support level. Well, it was resistance, and then closing here, it's like in between support and resistance. But now we're breaking above this previous wick. So now we could possibly get a run up to here, maybe slow down a little bit and make our way up to hopefully 90,000. We'll see how it plays out. We need momentum on our side, and we need the sentiment to start changing to bullish. But we do need to watch out for this fib here that's on top of our head, the golden zone, 0.5 to the 0.618. We need to watch that and make sure we're not getting a retest of this level and pushing back down, because that would just be a continuation of the downtrend, which would make sense when you have this trend line above you. So it would play out perfectly if we bounced off this trend line and continued down further. But maybe we break out and we use this golden zone as support along with the trend line as support to push up higher to the next levels. That's all I have for you guys today. I'll see you in the next one.